Kraft perfekt, Riese und Müller Charger 4. Sanft und stark, jede Kurve checkt durch die Stadt wie ein Pulsier. Charger 4, Geschwindigkeit pur, Riese und Müller Powerspur, leise surrend, immer mehr. Charger 4.
Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Benalmádena. First of all, I would like to thank very much Hors Catégorie, the bike shop here in Arroyo de la Miel, Benalmádena, here in Malaga area in Spain, for this test ride. Thank you very much for giving me this Riese and Müller for a test ride. I'm German, so I will pronounce it in German, okay? Maybe some people might have a problem with that. Anyways, yeah, this is the I cannot really say new, but it is a Riese und Müller Charger 4. Now we also have a Charger 5. This one I think is not being produced anymore, but there are, of course, there are some differences, but you can still get this on the used bike market. It's a pretty nice bike, well, actually also fairly expensive, and I actually have compared it already, and I will for my English test right here, with my very cheap Chinese bike which I got and which I have done a test ride as well, which is a Hitway BK27. And this one has 250 watt motor, this one as well. So there are some differences, but you'll be amazed that maybe there are also some positives on my Chinese bike. Anyways, first of all, let's get to the controls and the display here. So first of all, I would like to point your attention to the brake levers here, or the braking system, which is hydraulic. It's from Magura and it feels very, very nice. I am a motorcycle scooter rider, and I had actually the other type, the mechanical brakes on my Chinese bike, and they are quite terrible. And these are absolutely fantastic. They cost, I don't know, maybe 300 euro if you want to change them on your bike. But I think it's definitely worth it. They really feel very, very safe and secure. And you feel very safe on the road, that you can stop at any time. Actually, these high-class bikes you can accessorize with all kinds of gadgets and safety features. I mean, this would be also available in an ABS version, if you want it to be really safe, that you won't lock your brakes or anything, you can get that as well. This one has the Enviolo 380 gear shift, which is kind of not automatic. You still have to shift, but it's a different kind of shifting, and it is different also, of course, how it works and everything. Anyways, let's first get to the controls here. We have this one right here. I just need to, we only have 20% battery. I hope I will get back home here. We have the on-off switch here. This is the Kiox 300 display unit, as far as I know, from Bosch. And this is the remote. I think they call it remote control or something. First of all, here's the light switch. We have low beam, high beam. You can switch that. We do not have a brake light on this one here as a standard. We can switch the different displays around here, as you can see. And it also shows you, which is quite nice, the range for each and every mode, which is pretty nice, and I like that very much. You have turn-by-turn navigation if you are connected to your phone, and we have only one bar left here. I hope I will get home. We have usually 5 bars here. We can switch to different riding modes, and the riding mode switch is right here, which goes here to Sport, Turbo, Sport, Auto, on off. So we have 4 riding modes and 1 off, and that is everything on this side. Here's an enter button here if you see something on the display which you need to enter. I showed you the display unit already. It has all the important information on the screen for you. We have a bell here, and we have the Enviolo 380 gear shift right here, which is basically only this part here. So you see the little man on the hill. So this means that I'm basically in first gear. I just twist it and the little man on the hill goes down. And then, you know, we can actually do that while we're standing still, and the gear shift actually cuts in already when you're at the stoplight or traffic light or so, and which is very nice because my bike needs about 1.5 to 2 turns before it actually gets activated, but this one turns on right away and it helps you quite a lot to get started on this bike. Anyways, we have these shock absorbers here, which is adjustable from firm to hard, and you can lock it as well. You can fill it here with air. We have fairly big tires. I will put all the details on the screen for you. We have a hydraulic braking system, as you can see here. And here is the Bosch Motor Performance Line CX. We have a charging port right here if you want to charge it in the bike, or you can also take out the whole battery pack here and charge it at home. We have this bike is RX equipped, but only for 1 year. After this year you have to pay for it. It basically means it's like GPS assisted, you know, it will help you find your bike. This is the rear braking system. Here's the rear, the tail light basically, and here is the gear and the belt drive. And then this bicycle rack is included already, where this seat is also kind of special with a special cushioning here. And that's about it. I think that's everything about this bike. We will do a little test right now, and I hope I will get back to the dealer with the battery left. So this is the Riese Müller Charger 4 electric bike, and we'll take it out for a little ride. Let's go. We're on the Riese Müller bike here, Charger 4, and we have a well, it's like a gear shift, you know, but it's different, and it works totally different in the rear from Enviolo 380. It's an extra which costs about another 500 euro extra on the bike with the belt drive. You can also get it in the regular drive, the regular chain. Yeah, we have to go back up the hill now. I'm a little bit scared, because this bike weighs 28 kilos. I don't want to push it all the way up to the top. Let's see, theoretically 19%, but I don't know if that is true. But sometimes, usually when they go down to a certain amount, these bikes, they kind of stop immediately. I hope this will not stop immediately. So you should see me from both angles here, from the 360 and from my helmet cam. Sorry that I'm wearing this motorcycle helmet. It's the best way to show it to you and to have the best audio recording. I don't know how I can do it with a regular mic here on my t-shirt, but it is different than, of course, in this way I can also show you where I'm going sometimes, so you don't have to look through the 360 camera the whole time. So we have to get out of this here somehow. We have to get out of this here somehow. Yeah, so I told you already, you know, in order to put it on in the first gear, you just twist it all the way to the front, and there you can see we have the little guy going up the hill here. And I twist it a little bit now to, well, it says we have to shift down. But there's one thing I definitely can tell you already, in the difference between this high-class Mercedes kind of style bike compared to a fairly inexpensive Chinese bike. I mean, they both have 250 watts motor, so the power that you get basically thank you. The power that you get basically is the same on the hill. If you're riding on a straight line on an even surface, it might actually, because there's a very intelligent controller and everything, it adds a little power, returns a little power and stuff like that. It actually gets you further or farther than like maybe with a cheap Chinese bike. But the power output on my Chinese bike on the hill or at the hill is actually bigger, because it gives out 250 watt constantly, no matter what. I mean, I have to paddle, but I don't really have to put any effort into that. But here I have the impression, I mean, it will help me as well, but I get the impression that I have to pedal more. And then I'm much more out of breath, or what do you say in English, than on my Chinese bike, which always puts 250 watts out. And this one, we can actually see how much it puts out. We'll have a look. Here we go. At the moment, 45 watts. The upper field there, 50 watts. Okay. If you pedal more, then it will put out more power as well. It's, I don't know, it's difficult to say, but from the feeling here that you get, I think I have to put less power into my bike, because it constantly goes at 250 watts. And this one helps you a little bit, you know. If I now go like this, it will help me, it will put out more. But it's more exhausting on this bike actually. And you know, yes, I know I have to shift here and everything. No, I am not that stupid, but that's what I think it is. Of course, it also has advantages. It has advantages like when you're standing still from a stoplight, traffic light, whatever. It helps you from the very first effort, you know, that you put into it. My Chinese bike, I have to pedal like one and a half times before it actually gives me assistance, you know. So here, again, I have to pedal really hard. I will get the gear down now. I'm basically in the lowest gear. I think it's only for people who actually want to ride the bike. Because if you don't want to ride a bike, maybe you better get a Chinese bike, because they constantly help you with a full power, and this one does not. Another thing is, if it's even surface like now, a little bit down the hill maybe, you also have to adjust with the gear shift, of course. For me, it's easier to use the thumb like this, and I'll press the button. On this one, you have to use this turning wheel, or whatever you want to call it. And this can also, if you don't use it with gloves, it can be not painful, but you know, you see my hands are all red. But okay, I'm not used to riding a bicycle, and everybody will complain now that I'm making these noises. So I put it now in basically first gear. One thing is for sure, I'm not really that happy with the power output. I mean, it's good, the torque is good, but I'm not really happy with the output on a hill. It doesn't really help me that much as I wanted to, even if I put it in turbo mode. Even if I put it in turbo mode, it does not help me that much. Helps me a little bit, but not that much. Anyways, we're going down the hill a little bit now. I can give you the other display with the, you have the speed, we have max speed. We show these are the range. These are the ranges, you know, depending on the mode you're in. So if we go turbo, we only get 11 kilometers on this battery. If I go eco, 23. I think we need about maybe 6 to get back home. What else do we have? Yeah, we have the power output here. I think that's what it is. And yeah, I mean, the suspension and everything, I'm sure it is very, very nice. And it's high class components. But the important things are for me, you know, what is the power? Put it into first gear now. What is the power like? And what are the brakes like? The brakes are great. The brakes, you cannot compare this to cheap Chinese bikes, because mine has mechanical brakes and they're absolutely horrible. You have to adjust them constantly. At least where I live, you know, it's very dangerous actually. I go down the hill, I don't know what, 30% or something. Very dangerous. But with this one, these brakes, they feel very hard, firm, safe, like you're sitting on a motorcycle or a scooter. Yeah, now it doesn't output any power, as you can see. This is correct. My assumption that this is the power output of the motor. And I don't pedal, that's also correct. So I put it into first gear now. I will go up this hill here, I think. I will go up this hill. I don't know what is going to happen. Well, I know what is going to happen. I'm going to get very wet now. Oh yeah. I think my bike, the Chinese bike, actually helps me more on this hill. Anyways, that is a short summary, super quick video of the Riese Müller Charger 4 electric bike, and I will give you the verdict at the end of the video. Thanks very much for watching. This has been a ride out. Take care. Bye bye.
Cruising down the coast, sun on my face, on a brand new ride, taking my place. From scooters to beasts, every mile's a test. I push the limits, give you my best. Every twist, every